Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Kay, and for today's video, I'll be sharing with you how to crochet this top. Printable pattern is also available. I will put my shop link on the description box below. Without further ado, let's start. To begin, make a slip knot and chain a chain that stretches half of your underbust circumference less 2 inch. Then, your total chains should be multiples of 9 plus 2. I made a total of 72 chains, now plus 2. Then on the second chain from hook, we're going to start with the sedge stitch. To make a sedge stitch, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. Now you have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all loops. Again, yarn over, insert your hook on the same chain. Yarn over, pull through. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all loops. Again, yarn over, insert your hook on the same chain space. Yarn over, pull through. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Then skip the next 2 chains and another sedge stitch on the third one. Sedge stitch means 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet, and 1 double crochet on the same stitch or chain. Repeat sedge stitch until your last chain. At the end of the row, you must end with a single crochet on the last chain. For row 2, begin with chain 1, flip your work, and then on the same stitch, start your sedge stitch. Again, skip 2 and work sedge stitch on the third one, or in every single crochets from the previous row. Repeat sedge stitch across, and then you must end the row with a single crochet. Add more rows using the same pattern on row 2 until you have your desired coverage on your waist. This is 17 rows, now divided into 3 and attach markers. Then continue with sedge stitch until you reach your first stitch marker. So here on the first stitch marker, work single crochet and then chain a chain that reaches the other stitch marker. Your chains must have the same count with the stitches that we will be skipping. Now here on the second stitch marker, begin with a single crochet and then continue with sedge stitch across. After that, continue with sedge stitch until you're satisfied with the bust coverage. Once it can cover your whole bust area, divide the rows into half and attach marker on the sides. Now cut the yarn and secure, and then attach the yarn on the first stitch marker. Now work 2 single crochets in each side of the rows across. This will be our first row, and now for our second row, chain 1, flip your work, single crochet on the first stitch, chain 1, skip 1 and single crochet on the next. Again, chain 1, skip 1 and single crochet on the next stitch. Repeat that across. At the end of the row, we still have 3 stitches left and we will make a decrease, so we will work our last single crochet on the second to the last stitch. Now for row 3, chain 1, flip your work, again we will make a decrease, so we will start our first single crochet on this chain 1 space, and then chain 1, skip the next stitch, and another single crochet on the next chain 1 space. Repeat that across. At the end of the row, we will not make a decrease, so make sure to work your last single crochet on the very last stitch. For row 4, chain 1, flip your work. Again, we will not make a decrease here, so we will start our first single crochet on the first stitch. Now chain 1, skip the next stitch, and single crochet on the next chain 1 space. Repeat that across. At the end of the row, again we will make a decrease, and then begin the next row again with a decrease. At the end of the row, again, we will not make a decrease. Now keep decreasing on this part until it reaches or until it is aligned with the base hole or just a little bit lower. Now here's how it looks like after. Then we will work additional rows without decrease until it reaches 2 inches away from our mid back. On the other side, instead of attaching our yarn on this stitch with marker, we will attach our yarn at the bottom, and then we will do the same pattern. And make sure to have the same count of rows, and your decrease should be on this stitch with marker. After that, don't cut the yarn, and now face the outer side of the top, and working clockwise, we will start our strap holes here. Begin with chain 4. Now skip the next 2 stitch and single crochet on the next. This will be our first strap hole. Now single crochet until you reach the center of this side. Once you're at the center, work another strap hole, chain 4, skip 2 and single crochet until you reach the end of the row. At the end of the row, work your last strap hole. You can adjust or add strap holes on this part if needed. Same pattern will be used on the other side. Continuing on this side, work 1 single crochet in each side of the rows until you reach this corner. this part, work 2 single crochets in each side of the row. Once you get on this corner, we will work with our strap by chaining at least 300 or more. Now on the second chain from hook, slip stitch each chain all the way back. Then to get to the other side without cutting the yarn, single crochet each stitches here across. Once you reach the other side, repeat the pattern for the straps and the strap holes. Now on a separate yarn, make a slip knot in chain 4. Starting on the second chain from hook, single crochet each chain. For row 2, chain 1, flip your work and single crochet each stitches. Repeat row 2 pattern until you have 17 rows. (17 rows is 8 cm in length. Now working on the sides, chain 1 and single crochet in each side of the rows around. After that, cut the yarn with at least 40 cm excess. Now cinch this part, grab your small piece and then wrap it around, and using your darning needle and the excess yarn, join them together at the back. And that's it for our tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell for you to get notified on my new uploads. Thank you for watching.